Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Dead Unicorn. We are doing Cyberpunk, and James is the game master. Say hi, James.
Hello.
James just put up a new green screen. It looks amazing. Now, when you move around, you won't fade into a disappearance or anything like Tarek does. Wait, Tarek, do you have a green screen too? No.
Right behind me.
It looks weird. Oh, is that the shadow? You have it too close to you. That's what's making all of that noise on it.
Well, yeah.
There, yeah. That's the crazy bullshit that can happen with Zoom. We're playing Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk Red. And I am Corey, and this is James, who is the game master, Joe, Tarek, and Gary.
I have to say, Joe's virtual background looks the coolest.
That's my actual room, though.
That's his room.
Yeah, I know. I'm just fucking with you.
What about I have a room? I'm like half in my room. Like, yeah, see, look, I just have gaming stuff back here because that's my life.
Yeah, but his just looks like, a hotel room or something.
I'm living in the Matrix. That's what it is. This is actually the Matrix. Yeah.
It's the white room that he just chooses what it looks like.
Yeah.
He looks like the room his character in Cyberpunk would have. Lots of clutter.
Yeah. Small room, studio apartment is all a starving artist can afford.
So,
Well, especially one with a drug addiction.
Yeah.
I think we
No,
need
he
to.
hasn't quite
Starving,
gotten to
not-
the addiction stage yet in game.
I think we need to talk about a couple things. For example, our patrons are scrolling on over there in the upper corner.
Hi,
So
patrons.
thank you, patrons. They can vote for their favorite character, and that character gets a cool bonus. And that character is, let me check it out, Ophelia. Ophelia, you win.
I get a
So
cool
that means
bonus.
this session, both Dukit and Ophelia have the benefit of that poll because Joe didn't use it last week or last session. And so both of you got one automatic success or the I know a guy rule.
Yep. If we need a guy, we can get a guy. Okay.
Get the golden brick.
Hey, if you're watching in the chat, don't be afraid to comment. We try and respond to all of your comments. Other than that, take it away, James. I'm gonna go grab my my book.
All right, when we last left off, you had an exciting chase down the highway involving multiple explosions, some finger flipping, some actual flipping up onto your fingers on top of moving vehicles, near escapes and almost falling to become road pizzas, but being saved at the last second by your teammates. And yes, I'm mostly talking about Fandub here.
Needs new boots.
With Skipper Tom doing some amazing driving and making it all the way through without a single even scratch on the vehicle, even from the debris as vehicles blew up right next to him.
Hey, we were told we get a bonus if there's not a scratch on it.
And finally, you come off the highway at Rancho Coronado and are surrounded by a bunch of cars that have R's on them somewhere. After a few moments, you realize they're all racing type cars from the early aughts. So these are some classic cars.
Wait. I don't think the people at home remember exactly what might have happened last episode. We're delivering something for a guy. I believe we're delivering a
Two
dolphin.
ponies.
Is it a
Two
dolphin?
frozen horses.
Oh,
two horses.
it's a horse. I thought it was a
Two.
Well, they're
dolphin.
ponies.
I
yeah.
kept thinking it was a dolphin for some reason. But
I don't
yeah,
know why you went dolphin.
I don't know.
Fangirl or Fandub went pony girl on us for a bit.
Yeah, I went pretty crazy because they said it was the white horse, and it turns out they actually were horses.
You were convinced it was drugs and you wanted to take them all. You were
Wouldn't
like,
that be Joe?
I'm going to snort
I mean-
this entire cryogenic containment unit. Whatever's in there, it's going up my nose.
I will pulverize it and heal it.
I just snorted a whole load of horse. You mean like heroin? No. No.
Pure
Like Mr.
uncut,
Ed.
pure uncut thoroughbred.
One Percheron and one Arabian.
Saying uncut makes it so much worse for some reason. And so much more real.
Pure uncut Mr. Ed.
Oh man.
I think the worst, the either the most interesting or perhaps the worst way to say that is, yeah, man, my Jewish friend is so Jewish, he's like pure uncut Jew.
Oh man.
-50. I'm just glad that there
Alright,
were
well-
2 semis because that way I had a practice semi. And then I had the one I actually succeeded on.
I had a semi the whole time.
Circumcision jokes
Well,
are the
Jews
best.
semis
Especially
make
when
a
you caught
full.
hand dub in your arm.
2 semis make a full, so we can just say last game was very hard.
I'm just
And
glad that Skipper
Skipper
Tom
Tom,
revealed the fact he had a grappling hook the entire
Interesting little
freaking time.
bit of information with you being the gearhead of the group. The 2 cars that are in the lead now surrounding you are actually Ladas.
They're lauders? Oh my
Lada.
god. Oh god.
I don't know
But
what
they've
that is.
obviously been tricked out, armored up, and the noise
they
they're making
taxi
is not a
drivers
noise
on the
that
weekend?
a Lada normally makes.
They're also apparently owned by Team Rocket.
No, they're owned by every like Soviet.
Rasputin.
No,
exactly.
what's that-
That's
what's
why
that
I
you're
laughed. I was
buzzing
like,
to?
it's like every Soviet's weekend job is to drive a Lada around.
What are you talking about? He said they're like R badges on them. What's the There's a Japanese car company that puts R badges on their racing car version cars.
That would be all of them.
Mm.
R-Type is a classification for most Japanese manufacturers that they
No,
slap
it's
on
just
another
one
model.
company, I believe, that does the R-type car badges.
Like I said, Team Rocket.
Team Rocket.
Nissan does it. Mazda does it.
I believe their motto is Team Rocket cars are blasting off again.
You are just so like laser focused on this joke. You can't.
I was taught when you have a dead horse, you beat it until you can snort it.
Fair.
After traveling through some semi-crowded streets that are obviously blocked off, they're only crowded because they're a little narrow for the entire entourage you have surrounding you. Well, you come up to an area that your GPS says is a construction company, and they drive right up to a blank wall. After a couple moments, this massive wall just moves in a few inches and then splits in two.
It'll be
It's
really
a huge
hilarious
stone wall.
I
all of the people escorting us are wearing tracksuits.
am not
Some of them are.
impressed. I would be way more impressed if it was like a holographic wall or something, or
Well, holographic walls can be walked through. A stone wall is a lot harder to have somebody randomly trespass.
So we transported horses for a Bond villain who also just so happens to drive Russian taxis and wear tracksuits.
I mean,
Most of the cars go in there with you. A couple of the ones in the back peel off to start doing something in the neighborhood. You're not sure what.
Donuts.
Then the door closes behind you.
Considering
And
how
you
much this
hear-
guy is paying, do we really want to know what he's going to do with these horses?
they're collector's items, man. They're not like it's like rich people who buy paintings. They don't care about what the art actually looks like. It's valuable, and that's why they have it.
So it's good we didn't take them out of the box. We would have devalued them.
Yeah,
Oh, we weren't supposed to take him out of the box?
Oh no!
and play with them.
Yeah, she says that she's riding a horse in the background. And
My
then,
little pony.
and then Ein is riding another horse in the background.
Heinz on the larger one.
Exactly.
It's like, oh great, there went their eBay value.
They're like jousting in the back.
I'm all trying to get my
Exactly, just in the background.
The various guys and gals that were in the cars escorting you actually get out and form a dual line from the truck to a set of double doors.
Wow. Looks like
And
they
when you
rolled
get
out
out
the
of
red
the-
carpet for us.
I guess we should disengage the back, huh? Let them take it from here.
Actually, you should just get out of the vehicle at this
Yeah,
point.
I'm gonna get
Oh.
out. I'm
Oh.
gonna get out, and I'm gonna grab my guitar, and I'm just gonna start strutting down in between the double line of people, like just
I'm
taking
gonna
it
get
easy,
out.
playing some music.
I'll get out too. I'm gonna take my grappling gun back from.
I get everything of mine that I need, including my road glizzies, and then
Fandub, I'd like
Okay.
my grappling gun back. Thank you.
You can have it. She looks up on her agent, the theme song to Hunt for Red October, so she can play it as she walks
didn't-
down the line of people.
Next
we didn't,
time, tell me what you're doing, and I can help you better.
we didn't arrange for a lift out of here, did we?
Don't think we did.
I'm sure they'd be happy to give us. I mean, look at the taxis.
Probably.
Gary, you'll have to roll a library search to see if you actually can find that song.
Rats. Okay, it's
It-
going to be terrible.
Guys, is it just me, or does my camera make it look like I have a full mustache on this side, and it kind of just ends right here on the other
It
side?
does look like you had a shaving accident, but there is a little bit that continued past. Like you just missed this much. Like you zapped out that much.
Why doesn't it look like I have? It's there. I promise you.
It happens to me too. This whole side of my mustache looks thin right here, but it's not. It's like just white hair.
It's just-
They're
it's
like
the
light
camera.
Yeah,
hair.
with a
It's the
2,
lighting.
you don't find it.
There's light hitting it, and it's making it look lighter than it. Makes it look like it's my skin tone color.
Yeah. It, like literally erases it.
You head over to the double doors, and when you're about 5 feet from it, they swing open, and this huge bear of a man steps out, going, "Welcome!"
Hey,
He's at least 6'8" and is built like a bear, has long dark hair, and ice blue eyes. He's wearing a very expensive suit that has orbital crystal weave in it. So it's actually a bit shiny and reflective in places.
My God, it's a hipster Kodiak. Get back.
I am
Don't
Rasputin.
poke the bear.
Welcome, my friends.
Rasputin, thanks for having us.
My techs will take care of everything over there. Come on, dinner. Come.
I
come.
believe you said something about not a scratch.
Yes, my techs are going to check just to be sure. I already saw in the footage you did wonderful. I'm going to be paying a bonus no matter what. I know this.
Very.
Come on. I'm
yes.
giving you dinner.
Let's have some
You want
dinner,
steak?
guys.
Want lobster? Come on.
I'm gonna follow him. Yeah, let's get that
Tom.
last can of sardines.
Skipper Tom, I
Yeah.
will be glad to tell you what I'm going to do next time, but I'm also going to get my own grappling gun because those things are awesome.
They're very useful when you're out on the ocean because you need to get to another boat.
Do you often have to swing from boat to boat using grappling guns?
It's called being
Fishing
a
is
pirate.
lot more... Oh, piracy. I thought that was just normal fishing. I'm like, wow, fishing is much more exciting than I first thought.
No. It's technically salvage if the boat's abandoned.
I thought I might give up being a solo and start in the line of fishing.
Yeah,
And if all
it's
the
a
crew
maritime
is
law.
not on board when you get there, it's abandoned. Even if you had to send an advanced scout party to throw them overboard.
It was empty when I got there.
Fandub now has pictures of deep sea fishing salvage ships with cats all over them. Cat girls.
I would have thought it was anglerfish.
Rasputin actually leads you through these very well appointed hallways, and that have random different kinds of art on the wall. There's a statue in one alcove. In the next, there's actually a holographic light display that's constantly changing. And another one's a actual oil painting. And as you go along, and then he leads you into a dining room that has a table set up with 6 places, and behind in the central 4, there are individual little tables with briefcases already on them. And he goes, sit, wherever you like, wherever you like. Though the cases, they are for you.
Is this where we
Your
get
initial payment.
I sit down. I'm ready for food. I'm like,
He sits down, and people start bringing food in. First course is a borscht soup.
borscht is good. It has paprika in it.
I say in Ukrainian, my mother always told me never count your money when you're about to eat.
Your mother is a wise woman.
And money's dirty.
Especially what we just made.
All right, I'm gonna put my guitar next to me at the table and sit down. Start eating, of course. Enjoy my soup.
She says I feel very much at home with this food.
You notice that the seat that is actually across from where he sits actually has like a little extra side tray effects and booster seat in the middle. So Ein hops up in the center, Swabby is on one side and General Trash is on the other, sitting at that chair, and they're being fed too.
Stink machine, General Stink machine.
Yeah.
So my character, she definitely she sits at the table. The food is like super fancy, and she's super used to eating like kibble. But instead of like going nuts and being like, "Oh, this food is gonna be so good, delicious," blah, 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 I'm of the impression that she'll, because she likes to be contrary, she'll pull out her glizzy, her hot dog, her like kibble style fake meat hot dog substitute thing, out of a pocket, dip it into the borscht, and then like taste the borscht off of the hot dog and be like, "It's cold. I didn't expect it to be cold."
I just want to mention something. The thought of borscht flavored kibble is just horrendous.
No, it's not. That sounds good.
Sounds like I'd actually
Borscht
kibble.
flavored anything is nice. I love borscht. Have y'all not eaten borscht
I've
before?
had
It's
borscht, but I just thought
super
of it
good.
like a crunch as kibble, like a crunchy dog food like borscht. It would just be harrowing for the poor borscht.
And for the more paranoid people, you do see that Rasputin is, while being served first, is being served out of the same containers that you guys are being served.
That's nice. I was like,
Well, this is
I was thinking of being poisoned and stuff like that, but like at this point, after doing all of this, I don't care. Like if
We're
I'm
so deep
poisoned at this
underwater.
point, whatever. Like
this is like home cooking to my character. She's from Ukraine, so she's like,
And,
this is good stuff.
The couple ladies who are serving all of this are very scantily dressed, but serviceably dressed still at the same time. And they ask how you would like your steak and whether you would prefer crab legs or lobster tail.
I
Of
tell
course,
them,
Rasputin says, both. I'll have both.
I tell them my preference, which is probably crab legs for Skipper Tom. Yeah, crab, lots of crab. I like to suck it out of the stems.
Now, as
On
far
this
as the
episode of the
being
Bering
cooked,
Sea,
I'm pretty sure none of your characters have any clue how you actually would like it, as you probably never actually had actual steak before.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was about to ask if this was like pseudo meat steak, because if that's the case, then they burn real quick, so you don't want to cook it too long. But if it's one of the soy steaks, those are real juicy. You need to cook them real long because otherwise,
Oh no,
the
this is
soy
actual
juices are gonna
Kobe
be.
steak from Japan.
Neat.
What is
Someone died to get this steak.
Kobe steak?
Beef from a
I'm
cow.
gonna look at Rasputin and be like, who do you have to kill to get a good meal like this on a daily basis?
I'll have what
In
Rasputin's
my
having.
case, my predecessor.
You need to give me his number.
Well, he's dead now. I obviously took care of him to be like this.
Considering what Joe just asked him about, well, who do you kill to get a meal like this, and he said my predecessor, she makes sure and sniffs the beef real thoroughly, thinking, this is his predecessor.
No, he has to eat like this every day.
Yeah, you can cut pieces off your predecessor for a while.
Yeah, you just salt the meat, store it, you know.
And the
Back
steaks that
row
are
it.
actually
The
brought
weird
out
thing is how they got
are-
the meat to look like crab legs.
are some massive porterhouses that are like 1.5 inches thick after cooked. The crab legs are still in shell. The lobster tail is still in its shell.
She holds up the crab leg and says, "What the hell is this thing? Are we eating bugs?"
Yes.
That is crab leg. It's crab. It's good.
What's a crab?
The bug. Big
Oh.
bug.
As long as I know. Eat.
It's a giant sea spider.
That makes
They're
it even
actually
better.
related to spiders, so it's accurate.
They're actually related to scorpions.
I just noticed that there's a skill for resisting torture and drugs, and it's
Yeah.
the same
Mhm.
skill.
That's what I was waiting for him to say. If he was gonna poison us, he would be like, "All right, roll resist or resist drugs." Everybody.
I have a natural affinity to that.
I just want to know how resisting drugs is a skill.
Dude, you can
Like,
totally
I-
have built a tolerance and know how you can. Like, if you're aware of certain drugs, you can learn to counteract them.
I
or-
understand building a tolerance, but building a tolerance is different than a skill.
No-
Skill
No, this
is
wouldn't
like
be a tolerance. This would be being able to remain functional even when you're completely foobar.
like to me a skill is something that is a learned
trainable.
thing.
Yeah, you can learn to be resistant
Yeah.
to drugs.
It's
Yeah,
just like
yeah,
people
you-
learn
you-
to do the drug test, like with the touching the nose when they're drunk, so that they can
Yeah,
be
Corey,
pulled over
you're
and do them.
definitely showing that you aren't anybody who's done that sort of partying in the past.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
I
literally
have.
people-
I just failed my resist drugs test.
Whereas I've got a few ranks in it now.
Yeah, I know people who can only functionally remember things when they're put in an inebriated state.
I'm one of those weird people that I remember the things when I'm altered a little better than I do when I'm not.
Are you guys talking about the pot?
No, I'm
or
talking
are
about
you talking
drinking.
about are you
They're-
talking about the devil's nectar?
The
Um,
there are people that literally cannot
And more.
remember how to do tasks unless they're drunk enough to do it.
The devil's nectar. What are you
Yes, I
talking?
just thought, what would a person that has no idea about drugs or alcohol say?
Satan's
lettuce and nectar.
Satan's
did- You did the heroin.
Satan's cummies.
Oh, Satan, give me your cummies.
All right. I think I want to get back to
Carpet
talking
cleaner
crab
for
legs
Matt.
with Rasputin.
Are you sure you don't want to talk about Satan's cum a little bit more? Just
Oh,
like
Oh,
a,
fun fact.
just the
Did you know-
splattering.
Did you know that Satan's cum splatters? Never mind. So, how about these crab legs?
Yeah.
Snow King crab, so very large, very meaty, very tasty, and obviously, to Corey's character at least, very fresh.
Yes, snow king crab is actually related to spiders. Regular crab is actually a decapod, which is not the same species as king crab.
Actually, yeah, crabs are very diverse and may not be all related to each other. The same thing that fish are not all.
Well, crab,
Carcinogenesis.
Yeah, crab are
All things
crab,
become
a lot of
crabs.
other species are evolving into crab.
Mm.
There's
Much
a
like
very
us.
The word
strange,
for it.
yeah, it's a very strange
Parthenogenesis.
phenomena.
Oh crap! Here we go again.
It's true though. It's a very strange thing.
She eats her tasty
Okay, one of
bug
our
with
followers,
I-
go ahead, link in crab dance in the comments.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
She goes ahead and eats her disgusting bug dipped in congealed cow udder juice.
The best
Udder
way.
fat. Melted
Yes.
udder fat.
She drinks the juice from a cow's teat as smeared upon her
Bring
bug.
me the flesh of the unborn.
The drinks offered are anything from sodas to wine to fresh juice. Any of those
By the way,
drinks that you
uh,
want, he gets it
I
for
will
you.
I will definitely opt for fresh juice, and if he has it, olives. But I'm kind of weirded out by the steak and crab bug.
Fresh juice. What does he have? A Ronco juicer?
He's got the people that juice
this
juice fruit for him. Yes.
Remember
It's
that?
literally a dude whose arm is cybernetically enhanced to
Oh.
be the perfect juicer.
Remember that Simpsons episode where Homer buys one and he's just like he's watching the infomercial. Wow, I can barely hear it. It's whisper quiet. And a drop of juice comes out and he's like, all that juice from one bag of oranges?
All right, I'm gonna ask Rasputin, can we get some sake over here?
Sure.
A single tear drips off her eye for her lost sake
Well,
back at the bar.
What kind of sake?
I would like,
You know, there's like 24 varieties.
I'll take your best.
I'll
She
just
rattles
go with
off-
what is good with this meal.
She rattles off some sake that would be perfect with this meal. That's obscure knowledge that only someone who's a Japanophile would know. And it's like, oh, that brand.
Yeah, at a certain point, I'm gonna phase out of this one. My character is not as interested in food and fine dining and stuff like that as she is in high technology. So, like, spending money on super fancy food is beyond her understanding. So she's like,
Go ahead
Gonna-
and give me an education roll, Gary, so that you can say you actually know that.
she's
Can I
gonna
do
like
local knowledge Japantown?
Mm-mm.
flip on her.
Trying to name a high end that would be in Japan one.
Gonna flip on her VR goggles, her virtuality, and start playing like a game against Ein while we're at the table.
Ophelia just checks out and is like, I'm eating bugs and some kind of.
No,
Weird
everybody
meat.
else around me is eating bugs.
I'm eating
you
good
got the
old-fashioned
lobster, huh?
paste.
No, I definitely got the steak, but I'm not even 100% sure she's gonna like the steak. I just imagine Ophelia is more about spending way more of her money and time on high tech stuff and like cyberware and software and upgrading your deck. Like, this would be her brother's dream, but for her, she's like, this is just weird, guys. Why are we sitting here? We could be like doing stuff and things.
How do I
Rasputin
roll?
keeps
edu-
up
oh,
light
there it is.
conversation throughout the meal about various things you've done in the past. Okay, yeah, you do get to name a pretty decent one. Maybe not a true top end one, but one that's well regarded.
One that's top end in the anime she's seen.
He goes, I got one that's better because it's real. And then names the equivalent.
A single tear once again falls from her eye.
You mean it's not real? Anime
Unfortunately,
is not real?
Notice me, senpai.
They ceased production about 20 years ago.
A single tear falls from her eye again.
At this point, you're just crying.
She thinks that she might have to get cyber eyes checked or something.
Oh my god, why are my eyes leaking?
It's like, no, guys, these are all single tears. I swear.
Oh,
I have perfect pupil. I have perfect tear duct control. And trained to release only a single tear because they are filled with venomous toxins.
After the main course, there's actually a dessert of, well, it's a death by chocolate cake.
Well, I'm not going to eat that.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna eat that. When
That's
the
death by
chocolate cake
chocolate.
comes out, I'm like, oh, I get this. I know this one. This one is good. Yeah. I'm gonna take this part and Fandub's part because she said she didn't want hers.
Hey, Gad.
Then all the goopy chocolate.
You trade
I'm
the
just gonna,
steak. You trade the rest of your steak for her share of the chocolate cake.
Exactly.
I'll eat your protein. You can have my sweet.
I eat everything. All right. I'm taking it
You
all.
maintain that figure with what you're eating. Good Lord.
It's all the sex.
And
Well,
the
it would
drugs.
be.
I was gonna
You
say,
know-
I think
Cardio.
I have a feeling that Duke Kid is like an incel, but like not for the reasons that most people are an incel. He's just like too busy
Picky.
and fancy and like always working some kind of angle to be banging people.
It turns out that meth and a diet of meth and cocaine
Whiskey.
is really, really not fattening. Really takes the pounds off.
Yeah, melts them away.
That was the title of my first hit single.
Meth and whiskey.
Rasputin turns out to be quite knowledgeable about some of the things you guys have done in the past, even before you met each other. Like, he talks about Dukett's very first single he ever released and the various merits and qualities of that song.
Dukett's first single was not actually, it didn't have a name, it just had a symbol. And no one understood the symbol.
I was gonna tell him I knew I had
Don't-
fans, but I didn't know I had fans that knew me this well.
I like to learn about the people that come into my home, and I'm known for knowing a lot.
So we'll
Jeez,
see.
who's a fanboy? Says
Like
Fandom.
Ophelia, I know about your brother from another mother.
Oh. I didn't post that on social
Sorry, he
media.
is still in the hospital. He's a good man.
Well, yeah. Hopefully he gets out soon because rent's coming up.
When he gets out, if he does not want to continue the active edge runner life, I have a place in my organization for him. It would be a promotion from the night markets he was working.
I'll let him know. I'm sure he'll be quite interested in knowing that he can expand his network.
Now that dessert is done, time for the real reason you're here. Go ahead, open the cases, check your pay.
Real
I'll
quick,
have
what
them
dirt
bring
do you
in the
know?
bonus here in a moment.
Real quick, what dirt do you know on Skipper Tom? Because he is an enigma wrapped in a mystery.
Oh, Skipper Tom himself doesn't have any dark secrets, really. He just loves selling
I
fish
heard-
tacos.
I
And
once
delivery.
heard that he toppled a foreign government.
I don't-
Well, that was more his cousin, but he was there for it.
I don't know what
You
any
get
of
the
you guys are
participation.
talking about. I'm here for the people. I click open my case and open it up and see what's inside. Face hugger jumps out.
Nope,
I say that's why
inside
we
is
let him
nice,
go
neatly
first.
packed and stacked euros.
Great. How much is it so I can add it to my little cash?
In that particular case, is 5K.
All right, 6 and 5 is 11.
How much did we need total to do the job we were supposed to do?
20.
Now I'm gonna get up. I'm
Great.
gonna go to the next case to Skipper Tom's left, or on whichever side he's got one.
The one
then
behind you.
open that one.
I'm going to take a restroom break. Excuse me.
There's
That's
also nice, neatly stacked and banded euros. Also
Alright.
5. Each case
Oh.
has 5.
How many cases are there?
4 total.
So there's one for each of us. All right, I grab a case. And then I'm assuming she's going to also. or Fandom
After
will.
you've all finished checking your cases and seeing that, yeah, you each got 5K there.
Nice.
He comes back in and sets another case that's slightly larger than each of those cases on the center of the table, kind of looks at all of you for a moment and then spins it to Ophelia.
Ooh, I spin it around and then pop it open.
I'm gonna walk right up behind her and look over her shoulder.
This case has also a nice, neat stack of euros that's actually pretty decent size. It also has a bottle of sake, same kind you drank with the meal, and four cans of actual caviar, right?
Wow.
And a small pile of cred chips.
Really, you got a bonus.
The bonus is to your liking?
Yeah, this is
The cash
great.
alone in this case equals the other 4 cases.
Wait,
And
the
then
what?
there's the cash alone in this case equals the other 4 cases.
So it's another
There's
20.
20K
20K.
in cash there, plus the cred chips.
Oh,
That's a small pile of cred chips. Yeah, I open my eyes pretty wide and go, yeah, this is great, perfect. I think this
Now, I admit some of those cred chips might be a bit hard to spend. A few of them are Arasaka. But
shouldn't be
there's
too
always
big of a
people
problem.
willing to take them anyway. And they
I'm
make
sure we
up
can
the
find an exchange.
they make up the minority of the pile. There's some Militech bucks in there. There's some Lazarus Corp ones, a few Biotechnicas even. Basically, all those cred chips should allow you to go around to various corporations and outfit yourselves quite nicely. Speaking of outfitting, I also want to offer you all an outfit from my tailor. But that's an option. That's up to you. There is his business card in there with my signature on the back. Just go see him. He'll hook you up.
I'm going to snatch that business card up right away. And be all like,
Ophelia already closed the case.
ah, damn it.
I just tap the case and go, we will definitely still be in touch very soon, Mr. Rasputin. If you have any other business for us, please let us know.
Of course, of course. As you have trusted me so far, I wish to trust you. There is something I would like to show you. The secret behind all of my knowledge. I'll have to ask you to leave Ein here. He seems quite happy with the steak, though. As well as leave your agents turned off. And do not turn on your virtual goggles either, or anything else that goes into the nets.
Going to take my agent, turn it off, and throw it in the case that was in front of his mother.
We go in there, and it's just an old set of Encyclopedia Britannica from 1977.
No, it was like when Cartman infiltrated the NSA. It was just Santa hooked up to a bunch of wires
yeah.
and stuff.
Santa knows all and sees all.
Yeah.
That would be great.
He leads you through a few more hallways. He's always making sure to take it slow enough that you can find your way back to that dining room. And then reaches a library, walks over to a wall where there's actually a set of encyclopedias, blocks your view, does something to one of them, and then the whole shelf opens up, leading into another room. He actually has to duck to go through into this room.
As I follow, I kind of take a look at that book that he manipulated just for a split second to see if there's anything weird about it, and then I look.
Give me a perception or awareness notice or whatever it's called in this case.
It is perception. I'm actively not going to use my. Oh wow, I was gonna say I'm actively not going to use my. Oh, it's spent luck. I would say, whatever. I'll count the luck as spent. Um, but I'm not going to add my image enhancement bonus because he said to like deactivate a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna respect his trust.
Okay.
Choose mine.
Actually, you just barely got enough, even with that, because you reached 26 and the DC was 25. You can
Ooh.
tell by the slight wear on the top of the book. Like, there's a little more wear on the top of one of the books.
Yeah.
Book he had manipulated. And it's actually one that's labeled Ars Robotica.
Ooh. He has taste at least.
I'm going to follow him, duck in, follow him.
Yeah, I'll follow
This
in, but
room-
I'll probably be last.
This room is a bit darker, though there is neon tubing all over the place. And there is a huge glass tank in the center of the area, which he goes over, presses a button on an intercom, rattles off a bit of Russian, and then you see 3 dolphins swim up.
I knew there had to be dolphins somewhere.
3 dolphins and a beluga whale.
Do they have Neuromancer helmets on?
Yeah, as well as various things transmitting back and forth.
So he's got a Johnny Mnemonic setup here, huh?
These are my information brokers. We have Larry, Mo, Curly, and then points to the beluga, and Shemp.
Well then,
Some weird names for dolphins. I don't know
They
what that
picked
is
it.
though. Does that dolphin have like a tumor on his head?
No,
What is
that is a beluga whale. Shemp is a beluga whale.
What those went extinct?
It's a very.
So did I.
Is that a very small whale, or is that No, I know what a beluga is. It is a very
So-
small whale.
well then, is this what you have planned for the horse also?
No, 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 no. The horses are for racing. Well, the Arabian is. Percherons aren't so great for racing.
Well then,
I was surprised to find that they were actually horses. Call me a biased individual if you want, but I kind of figured there would be something a little bit more illicit in there. But it was kind of wholesome, Rasputin.
Not everything I do has to be illegal or horrible.
Well, I'm pretty sure robbing Biotechnica was illegal, but it was definitely not.
I did not
horrible.
rob them. I did not rob them. I bought these horses. It's just that Biotechnica wanted them.
Very true. Very true. Very true.
To get Fandub real quick caught up, you went through hallways into a library. He moved a book, opened up a passage into another room that's neon light lit, and
he
in a
shot
huge
us.
glass tank, 3 dolphins and a beluga whale named Larry, Curly, Mo, and Shemp.
Are
If you know
these-
what those things are.
Oh yes, I know what beluga whales are. Or do you mean the 3 Stooges?
Both? I reacted to both because I was like, there's no. I might know what dolphins are because I imagine dolphins have made, because they're pretty resilient animals. They're
Dolphins
succeed.
were actually a major part of the last Corp War.
So, but beluga whales, I feel like they'd be a lot more rare in these times. So
I don't know what a beluga whale is, but my character is kind of a fan of like 20th century media, so she would know the 3 Stooges, but she doesn't know what the beluga whale is.
mine doesn't know about most of it. Just the dolphins part. And I will go though. I'm surprised you didn't get an octopus.
Octopuses have a different mindset for work. than we really find useful.
Yeah, they're assholes.
They're really good problem solvers.
Yes, but when the problem is uh, how to deal with the old net, they tend to more just run off and cause problems.
I could see that. Yeah. Curious people, octopuses.
The
I know they have
secret,
really pleasant gardens in the shade, and that's all I know about octopuses.
Oh no, they're very intelligent and
the
very. I can also see them being really bad pets because they always try to get away. They're usually scared of being held up. They like to
the
roam.
secret involved here is the fact that rabbits ignore non-humans,
Well, that
and there
makes
are back
sense.
doors from the old net back into the gardens.
I look back at the doorway like I'm thinking about Ein for a second and come back to reality. Huh.
So that's what your dog does with
I
his
never
spare
would have
time.
thought about that.
So I'm able to access anything connected to the garden or the old net through them.
Can you get me a copy of the theme from Hunt for Red October?
Ah, easy.
I'll pay you for that.
Fair. He looks over and goes, Shimp, and rattles off in Russian at him. The beluga whale goes, "Hmm, hmm, hmm," and then swims off.
Is he literally surfing the net?
Yes.
I gotta remember you for when I want more music.
It is a lucrative sideline, recovering old tunes.
Or I could desperately try to pay Einstein, I guess. What would he do with the
So,
money?
now we have shared secrets. You know mine, I know yours. Is balance. And balance is good. It means we can work together in future better.
I was wondering why you were showing us something that I'm sure not very many people know.
Not many do. There are those in my organization who know. They sometimes talk. It's no big deal because who's going to believe that I got 3 dolphins and a beluga whale?
Almost like having a
Feel
dead
free
UFO.
to talk. Nobody's going to believe it anyway.
Let's just hope animal rights activists don't try breaking in this place. Ugh.
Oh, I killed off the last PETA member in Night City 2 years ago.
Joke's on you. I was a member all along. Now
Those
to reveal my
hypocritical
true
assholes.
Just
identity.
start spray painting inside the pool.
So it takes out a bucket of
Free
paint.
dolphins,
red
be
paint.
free.
Oh man.
So, back to the dining room.
Yeah. All right.
Impressive. I
Now,
wonder
yeah.
if they know.
to the garage, I will have a vehicle that you can use to get back to Skipper Tom's van. You can just leave it parked outside his family's ship, and I'll be able to send someone to pick it up later.
So how much money did we get total?
Counting
got-
the cred chips and everything else, you got about 65,000. Though not all of it equally spendable.
Then my work here is done.
Also,
As she
if you
ascends
need
to
anything, feel free to contact me.
I will
Oh,
be taking you up
There's
on that.
one more thing. The Aldecados will not let me invest in your villa project. I don't know why. They don't want me there. If you put in a good word for me there and allow me to buy a villa, just one little place, so I can send people on vacations, I would appreciate it, and I
Wait.
would help fund your project.
Like Soviet vacation?
No, like actual vacation. Like my lieutenant, he's burning out. He's too stressed. Well, joy houses aren't relaxing him anymore. So I need to send him away so he doesn't have to worry about business
Wait, you can
and
get
can
just
come
about
back and do his
anything,
job
right?
right. What?
You can get just about anything, right?
I can get any knowledge that I would like that's available. I can get nearly anything.
How much would you charge for me to get the knowledge on where I can get a mono katana? A real mono katana.
Not those
Orbital
imitation
crystal.
mono katanas.
Non orbital crystal. Not something that someone says is a mono katana, but it's just really sharp steel.
Looks at you for a moment and goes, I could get a hold of a what is called the red line version. And it comes in a dual set. The reason it was called red line is because it had an LED in the handle to make it glow red.
I'm familiar with orbital crystal and their fashionability of having different colored lights in them. She
That
says,
particular one, it would probably take me about a week to get a hold of.
how much?
Considering they'd be used and might not be fully intact as far as the LED and the electronics, I would not sell it with the blades having even a faint crack. Shall we say 1,200?
Will that include the biometric key needed to take full advantage of it?
They're swords. You stick them in other people. They just happen to be made of
Kendachi-
crystal and very, very
Ken-
sharp.
Kendachi Mono 3, all that it's transparent crystal blade, orbital crystal, reinforces, blah blah. And then it's like
Isn't-
in the hands of a user without the correct biometric key, the blade will not vibrate.
Yeah, meaning like if it's graded for you to your biometric signature. If somebody else picks it up, then it causes them problems. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but will
Yeah,
it be
if somebody
still
else
be-
picks it up, it's still a mono sharp sword.
true.
And
But it
exactly,
also-
but
it makes it
it'll
vibrate.
It-
The
it-
model
it
he's
goes
talking
from an
about does not.
excellent quality exotic to just like it ends up.
This is a Kadachi. This is a mono katana too. It's one of the old ones.
here's the thing I was
it
gonna
doesn't
ask.
vibrate.
Is it isn't mono the isn't the implication that it's monofilament?
No, it means
It's
it
made
has
from
a
the same
molecular
material
edge.
as monofilament, and its edge is actually one molecule wide, like monofilament.
Yeah,
But
that's
it's
what
made
that's
of
what
space
monofilament is. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but
made
the
from the
actual
same crystalline
blade is
structure.
thicker
Yeah.
at the end and is made of space crystal.
Monowire has to come from the orbital labs too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just a wire. This is an actual like sword with an edge like that.
Yeah, but
And
you
it's
can
something-
basically use a wire to create that edge. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
They have to
If
grow
you
the
had a
crystal
whole lot of
hole.
mono wire.
They have to grow the
I don't-
crystal
yeah.
hole for the blade.
I don't
So
know
the
about how they
monowire
use
doesn't
the
get
crystal.
added. It just is that sharp on the edge.
Also, there's no point in having one if it's cracked because it'll just shatter the moment you try to use it. I mean, it's not like you can even attempt it. It would just explode. She says, "Oh, I got a tech that can fix all the electronics, but I'll give you the 1,200 now."
I only need half up front.
All right, then 600. Here you go.
Thank you.
She says, "I think we can agree that my share of whatever money we've made over the last couple of weeks comes to more than 1,200."
Yeah. I
at the rest
think
of the
I believe you earned 5,000 just like the rest of us.
Well,
The
yeah, but a lot
60,000
of
needs
that's
to go. There's 20,000 in cash. That 20,000 in cash is going toward our villa. That is
Yeah.
separate from the 5,000 we each individually earned, and then there is an additional 40,000 in various credit chips to different corporations.
Oh,
Yeah,
good. Then this
Various
would be easy.
corporations.
She
Or
says,
Or sorry, I'm sorry, 20K. There's 20K in credit chips.
There you go.
I've wanted a
25
monokatana
to be
set my
specific.
entire
Yeah,
life.
25. So,
She says.
but we could use those credit chips to invest in some of those things if you can find the right purchase or the right individual to purchase from.
Yeah, the
I think we
Arasaka
found
ones you'll
him.
have to spend at a night market, but the others you could go straight up to the corporate stores and just spend them there.
Ah, kibble for the rest of our lives.
I'm happy with kibble. Don't judge kibble. MREs are delicious.
She pictures getting a big vault full of kibble for Ophelia so she can swim in it.
That's just a waste because that would go bad.
Kibble
So
goes
he leads
bad.
the way back to the garage. Ein's still carrying like half of a steak with him.
I'm surprised he even managed to get leftovers. Like he had to wrestle somebody for it.
Oh, no,
Ein
he
is
got
a
his
half
own.
steak.
That's what I'm saying. I would have imagined he would have ate his own and then got like the rest of mine and then fought somebody else for the rest of theirs and then brought that as a to-go bag.
Well, considering the size of these steaks, nah. His
Okay.
one is still half eaten.
Theta
Nice.
Ein, you are going to share some of that with the rest of the pets, right?
The other pets got their own.
Oh, good. Then I don't have to feed Stench Machine for a while.
Nope. And Swabby got his own lobster tail.
Hey,
That cat always eats lobster.
If you say so.
all right.
You go back out into the garage. There is no sign of the vehicle you drove in. And there is a Lada.
Do you think they disintegrated it?
No, there
it
was
went into
horses in
downstairs
it.
storage
Oh,
where the med lab is so that the horses can be proper cared for.
They have to be woken up.
I want to hug those horsies, she says, and looks embarrassed.
They're frozen right
Sorry.
now. Come on.
I've hugged ice cubes. My partner used to be an ice cube.
Yeah, and my partner used to be a rogue AI. Well, he technically still is. Well, he might be. You know what? I shouldn't even be talking about this.
No, I get the feeling
About
we'd
this
all
point-
be better off not knowing.
Fandub, your agent pings with
Oh.
file receipt.
Vision? Did we get the song?
Yes, we now have the Hunt for Red October in 3
Vision.
versions.
Vision, play the best one. You know what I like.
Japanese version selected.
She
Oh
loudly
God,
plays
it's glitch pop. Oh, why? No, I'm just playing.
glitch pop themed Hunter Red October.
I don't even know what glitch pop is.
Neither do I, but it sounds horrid.
It's
Sounds like
Just means you got to listen to it.
it's unique.
It's
All
as
right.
unique as a Scotsman trying to do a Russian accent.
So there's a Lada, obviously heavily modified, and Attack hands over keys to Swabby, or not to Swabby, to Skipper Tom. Be bad to hand them to the cat.
The cat drives us home.
all right. So we're all gonna go get new suits, right?
Yeah, I'm down to get new suits.
Yeah.
I need new boots.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm
Let's hit-
hoping it's like
rescue
Daredevil where
detective.
the suits are like armored and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Gotta be. She says, although we're going to have to talk about the fact that I was hired to specifically, you guys told me my purpose was to make sure you got that 20K for that job you wanted. I did that. Should I stick around? That's what I meant by my purpose is fulfilled.
Oh, we thought you were ascending to heaven after
Yeah.
that.
I thought
No, I'm not going to heaven, she says.
My
Not for what I
task-
posted last week.
Not if you can walk. If you can't walk the Elsarat.
Not for the stuff she put up on OnlyFans.
Only fan dubs.
Only dubs.
Hey, I like that one.
She runs a website that says Carl Masick lives.
I don't even know who that is.
He used to do dubs, like he did the original dub for Akira, and he did the dub for Robotech, and created Robotech. And he's known for not doing great things with voices.
Also for chopping up things and mixing the footage around.
He's the one that came up with the line in Akira, "I'm in charge here now. Men, we're going to the Olympics." And Min May's voice in Robotech.
I don't.
Gotta love it.
And Min May's voice.
Yeah, he's responsible for that atrocity.
Hey, I know at least one person in the real world that actually likes her singing.
Yes, he exists somewhere, at least as far as we know, according to fan fiction.
He goes by the handle of Megazone.
Back in the anime clubs,
Called
we
out.
used to call Carl Masick Satan for the work he would do. Fair
All right,
game, though. He did bring anime to the United States.
Yeah.
So, Skipper Tom,
Yes.
it's a Lada. It's a souped up Lada. It's impressively souped up for a Lada.
Cool. I don't know what a Lada is, but thanks.
Dude, look up a Lada. You know what a Lada is.
Do I?
You've seen it.
Is-
It's in like movies. It's like quintessential. You've seen a lot. It's like impossible for you to not have seen a lot.
I don't
If
know.
you've seen a movie that's in Russia, you've seen a lot of.
Hold on.
Have you seen a movie that, like, any spy movie that was set in Russia? Like, they're everywhere.
It's as
Here's what
ambiguous
the
as
one you're driving looks
tracksuits.
like uploaded to the
I don't know what you
Discord.
guys were talking about. Lada, Latta. What do you? No, it's not. Right.
Lada.
Here's a picture. Look at the Discord.
I can't look at the Discord. I'm running a show.
Lada.
Oh, Lada.
Yeah, a Lada.
It is the most stereotypical East European
Yeah,
car you
it's
could
like
have.
hardcore the Eastern Europe, like Eastern blocks.
Okay.
Toyota.
Sure.
It's like the go-to car for everybody in like Russia.
Got
It's a
it.
nice-
Like not even just
designed
Russia,
in
but
the
like
50s,
Belarus,
and has remained in
Ukraine.
production all the way up to modern day.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
It looks exactly like you
The
would picture
Niva,
a 1980s Kia.
The Niva is like one of the best Ladas. It's like one of my favorites.
It's
'cause
like
so-
it's like a Yugo.
it's like ubiquitous all the way over there. It's I love it.
Look, man, I'm not a car guy.
I'm not a car guy either. I'm just like I like Soviet history guy.
You usually keep them running by hitting them with hammers.
That's not even. I
I'm
don't
not
even
a
think
car
that's
guy
lie.
either. I just love Soviet Russia.
Yeah. In Soviet Russia, Lada drive you.
All right,
Nobody
so
even knew- okay.
They
So
are
we got-
not
now,
pretty
guys,
cars.
how
they are
much for
very
the car?
cheap.
But they're like a tank. They will get through it.
I'm gonna look at Rasputin and be like, how much for the car?
That particular one, with all the modifications it's had, about 500,000.
No.
You are quite the man, Rasputin. Quite the
I
man.
had to put the Lamborghini engine in there and still make it look right.
That poor Lamborghini.
Right?
It had already served its purpose and crashed into a bridge abutment.
What an
You put it in a
awesome Lada.
1980s Ford looking thing.
Well, this one was actually built in 2000 originally. Now, the only thing original to this Lada is the frame.
Ah, the Lada. If you don't see someone who looks exactly like, what's his face, who does all the stupid Sacha Baron Cohen stuff behind the wheel it's probably a mobster.
All right,
Now-
guys. So
Skipper Tom, a suggestion. The switches in the center console are not labeled. Don't flip them.
Right, right.
Just a suggestion.
Hey, this thing just needs to get me back to my own vehicle, and then where do you want me to drop it off?
Just park it outside of your family's boat. Leave the keys in the trunk.
Of
It'll
course.
probably drive itself home.
Sounds good.
all right,
Guys, I
so-
think it's time to say adieu. Rasputin, it's been a pleasure. I look forward to working with you again.
Say, I feel
I will
great
be-
about this relationship.
I will be checking in about that music and definitely about that thing I've wanted my entire life.
Like I said, be about the week for it, but it will be the duo.
Oh yes, it will be.
Well then, I'm gonna call shotgun and jump in the car.
Get in the car.
I am upset that you called shotgun, and I sadly trudged to the back seat.
I look sad and hand him my shotgun. I'm like,
I
"God
hadn't
damn
I
it."
hadn't fanned up a. I make sure to sit behind Skipper Tom and let Fandub sit behind Ukit, so that when I hand her this bottle of sake, she'll get drunk and then start kicking the back of his seat like a baby.
Oh, I'll do that without the alcohol. He
Well,
called shotgun.
great, good. So we're on the same page. Here's the bottle of sake. It was a gift from Rasputin, but I don't like sake, so I figured you.
Whoa! We said sake. Hand that over here. Hand it.
Well, Fandub has it in her hands right now. I'm gonna make sure that these credit stubs are.
And the last bottle
What's
of sake,
sake?
that got handed to Duke it disappeared.
What sake? I don't see any sake. Wow, that is not good not to sip. You really should sip that.
Yeah.
All right, so Fandub drank the whole bottle of sake.
Gonna puke.
Yeah, she's gonna
Somebody-
puke.
Roll
Um,
resist drugs and torture.
Yeah.
Roll
Yeah, you're
resist
gonna have to
drugs,
roll resist
torture.
drugs.
She's like, how well do I feng shui shin falling down? Oh Lord, resist drugs. We knew it would come out at some point.
Corey mentioned it, so it had to happen today.
It's like putting a gun in the first scene of a movie. It's got to be
It's
used by
Chekhov's
the end.
sake.
It's Chekhov sake.
She's actually pretty good at that.
Oh wow.
And it was a whole
Okay.
bottle.
Yeah, I'd have been out on that one. I'd have been napping.
You're still awake. You're not throwing up, though your stomach is upset.
Oh,
All that rich food, plus this whole bottle of sake on top of it.
Oh,
And
No,
you're
eventually.
definitely acting at the tipsy to slightly impaired level. But with that roll, you're only going to have a -1 to anything you actively try to do.
she says, Captain Tom's pussy always smells fishy.
Accurate.
Right.
And then starts kicking the back of Duke's seat maliciously.
Oh god.
Dukit, Skipper Tom first, when you all got in, you noticed that the Lada didn't even rock. It had no shifting from
Oh,
you guys
shit.
getting in and closing the doors.
A fact that Fandub is very happy with right now.
Dukit, while you hear and can faintly feel the vibrations of the kicks, it's not doing anything else.
Hmm.
You're not feeling actual impact on yourself.
Here, give me some C6.
Not in the car, Fandub. All right, so where we headed, boys?
Threw the last bit of my C6 out the wall, out a window.
I did. Some kid's gonna find it on the highway. Fall over.
All right, so where we headed, ladies?
We're going back to get my car. From
You
there,
guys didn't answer my
Oh.
question. Am I still needed, or am I needed?
Well then,
I mean, if you want to run with us, you can run with us.
I would be happy to. So far, it's been very dangerous, very high profile, and very profitable. I'm sure I've been on many news networks at this.
Probably. Not gonna lie, I have not been one to often want to be on news networks, but I cannot deny that you have probably shown up on a couple of them.
Rep,
so
yeah.
just a reminder,
Reputation.
what did we need the $20,000 for?
To contact Zero, Zero didn't tell you what you actually needed 20K for, but she said that you needed it for a heist that that it would go towards the equipment needed for a heist she knew of.
to make
Okay.
much more money
Talk about
to help
specific.
rebuild the block.
Wait, how much do we need to rebuild the facility or get it
It's
functioning?
something like 10 million,
Oh god.
Yeah,
and
but
that's
the
just
20K,
in material costs.
the 20K was supposed to get us into a heist that got us the 10 million. Mind
All
you,
right.
you guys just said that we are supposed to trust Zero, and normally FanDub wouldn't trust this person with a weird, I'm not going to tell you job, but she's too drunk to care.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to go back and we're going to get my car. We're going to get the fish truck. Then we're going to contact Zero and tell her we have the funds for her. Even though some of the funds are sketchy, I'm sure she can deal with that kind of stuff.
Well,
We should-
no, that funds are gonna stay with us.
We
If you
should
find
call
stable.
your van.
We
Yeah,
have
you got
we have
20K
straight up
in cash.
20K in cash.
Yeah, but they're dubious funds. They're it's dirty money.
No, you got 40K between all four of you in just straight cash.
Oh. Well,
Yeah,
what did
we
he
got-
say about the credits that were from
I
There's
told you there's
25K
another
in various cred
25K
chips for various corporations.
for equipment that we could use for equipment. That's why I was saying we have 20K in cash. We can just give her 20K in cash.
Okay.
You still have 20K for yourselves, not counting
Well-
the cred chip.
Yeah, we have 5K each.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. We got 5K each, and in the other briefcase there was a whole bunch of other like
There's $20,000 in cash,
in there.
yeah.
and then there was $20,000 in cash and $25,000 in credit chips, and a bottle of sake and 2 cans of caviar.
3 cans of caviar.
3 cans of caviar.
All right, but yeah, no,
I
it
remember the
wasn't
cans of caviar because I thought they should have been cans of Monster Energy drink, but
Only if they were white ones.
We should name
and
your
3 cans of White Claw's hard seltzer.
and a partridge and a pear tree. Yeah.
FanDub says we should rename your van Van Halen.
You're
thought it
drunk.
was-
Come on.
Yeah.
You're drunk. Give me your keys.
I don't have
So,
keys.
which route does Skipper Tom take? The one that you traveled already and know that there's a bunch of damage and burned out wreckage and other vehicles to possibly cause you problems on? Or do you take this route?
Yeah, I
through-
think we got to go through the
through
city,
there.
through the.
Well, yeah, we can't go through Westbrook. We got to go through another way.
Yeah, we're gonna go through like South Night City and then through the University District in Little Europe.
Oh, I know your university district pretty well. That's where I used to live.
You should take
my
the
mom-
route.
My
But
mom's
about
the
the time
representative.
and
Oh.
you get to here, you actually can see the Network 54 building, which is around here, has its own channel showing on the side of the building at all times, and it's got 40 stories tall, FanDub doing her finger stand, going down the highway
What
as
is
you go by.
what is the hot zone?
That is where
It's
the nuke
radiation.
went off.
Oh, it's hot as in like it's radioactive. Got it.
Yeah, Chernobyl. Yeah.
Yeah, that
You don't
black
want to go
zone
there.
is where there is nuclear waste.
Okay.
It can be very profitable to go there in a rad suit and try to uncover like lost technology that you can sell, but it also is very dangerous because you're in a rad suit, and if it gets punctured, you die.
No, you get
Well,
There are
you're
superpowers.
gonna
people
get
who live
rad
in there.
sickness.
You
There
and
are
then
people
you're
who
gonna
live in
die.
the hot zone, but you can get very sick if you
Yeah.
stay in for
You,
very
you
long.
can get radiation sickness and then die of radiation sickness.
It's
You
like living in
become-
Fallout World.
you become radical, guys.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
become
yeah.
Radical Rex.
a cool rad dude.
So, the three of you easily see this image of Fandub up on her fingertips, roaring down the highway on the side of that building. But Fandub, because of being drunk, I'm going to need you to actually make a perception roll to actually notice it. Otherwise, you're just going and have closed your eyes right at that moment.
Well, even if she doesn't see it, she has vision constantly surfing the net for any mention of her, so she can put it into her resume reel when she decides to get a job finally with
Danger.
Danger Girl. She has vision constantly surfing the net for mentions of her. But I'll make a perception. I got a 19.
Okay, yeah, you do kind of blearily look up and go, "Holy fuck!"
She says, she slaps Ophelia's leg and says, You, Ophelia, are you recording this? Check it out.
no.
Look at it.
Yeah,
Look at it.
I
Look.
see it.
That's my butt.
You might want to hide your face.
No, what? No.
We're driving through South Night City. People are gonna recognize you.
But that's how I build rep.
Yeah, but that's also how we get our car shot at.
I don't think this car would really tolerate that. I think it would be insulted if someone shot at it.
Skipper Tom, you don't have the heart to tell them that you've already been shot at several times and it just has done nothing.
It really doesn't matter either. Like, people can see us inside and recognize it. That's weird.
She falls over back into Ophelia's lap and says, "Okay, I'm down. Nobody look at me."
Also, you can go ahead and increase all your reps to 5.
Cool.
I will have to rely on James for you to put in the stats for my money and my new rep and all that.
My
because-
reputation is 5.
Character tab towards the bottom center.
Right, so we gonna go get new suits or what before we start this job?
You really want them suits.
Heck yeah, man! This guy's got money. Let's see what we get.
I at
Oh,
least have
nice.
to get some boots because I ablated my boots. She says
mean,
they're
I-
Be
sad.
right back.
I'm not really a suit kind of person. You know, I wear Celie, she wears hippie clothes. She wears bohemian level clothing and a giant tech bodysuit. So she's like, you think they'd let me make like a form-fitting bodysuit?
Oh
Really,
yeah.
he said outfit specifically, but you know, I gotta wear a suit.
Oh yeah.
Flop back over, kick his chair, and say, "Hey, Ophelia." Pulls on her bodysuit. See this? I have a guy who does this. They make armored bodysuits.
Yeah, I'm wearing one.
Yeah, we can get those. She says, "What I'm worried about," pulls off her boot that has no sole on the bottom of it, "is this."
Yeah, shoes are hard to find.
Yeah, they drug on the asphalt.
I
200
look down.
miles an hour.
I look down at my shoes, and they're just 2 pairs of sandals.
2 pairs of sandals with duct tape.
It's the wood plank with the 2 pieces of wood underneath it.
Gaeta. Gaeta.
Oh, nice.
I have a friend who studies Japan,
Well then,
like extremely studies Japan. I'm not talking just watches anime. I'm talking like reads like their ancient literature and crap. Oh, the
all
world is
right.
back.
So yeah, I guess let's continue on.
So you make it back to Skipper Tom's taco truck.
Great.
You also gained each a very nice case to carry stuff in,
Oh, that reminds me.
besides the money in it.
Yeah, we have an attaché.
She
Yeah,
hands
yeah.
Skipper Tom. She hands Skipper Tom 100 euro.
Oh, thanks.
That's for the tacos and stuff my pet ate and I ate, and I gave away to the gangers.
You said I owed you for the damage to your truck, but your family fixed it, so I kind of feel like that.
I think we're all right.
Yeah, you know, I think so too. We're totally square.
Oh wow, you've got rubber mats at the back of your truck, she says, going in and falling asleep on them.
Oh, by the way, do they want this guy's wallet? I still have it. It has the ID card for that dude from Biotechnica. And the secured charge card, which I'm still trying to break myself. Also has a trauma team card, which is kind of ironic because if we would have just broken that in the first place, he probably would have survived.
Oh fuck him.
Anyway, he also had a card that was identifying your family and Nomad Group, which is probably a big no-no as far as getting out to the broader public. So I don't know what you guys want to do with it.
That
Wait.
card was the one to pick up the package.
Yeah, so he knew what the horses were and stuff like that.
The so yeah, Skipper Tom, you're gonna put in a good
So
word for
here's the thing. This is what we should do. We are gonna split up because some of us want suits and some of us don't. So we're gonna split up into suit group, and the other people are gonna contact Zero and get the ball rolling on that. How does that sound?
Oh, I can definitely do that part.
There you go.
Anime.
So the one's going to the suits, or outfits rather, because he said outfits, not suits.
yeah.
He just gestured at his own fine suit.
All right, let's well, I know I'm going. Sounds like it's just me. It's
Ori,
fine.
I imagine
No,
that it's.
I'll go
you
get a
as
suit
well.
with you. I'll go get an outfit.
Yeah, my boy.
Yeah.
You'd have to wake Fandub up to let her know where you're going because she's asleep on your rubber mats.
Those mats are to catch food and stuff, not to sleep on.
Well, now they caught her.
I just
God.
imagine she's in the back of the truck, just like vomiting. As they drive around, but like sloshing around as the car takes long turns, like rolling around and just vomiting in more places.
Well, the good news is she's down where all the vents are and the drains.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, Ophelia, did you contact Zero yet?
Probably not, because y'all just
Yeah.
are likely leaving.
I thought you were gonna do it like along the way or something like that.
Oh no, I'm going somewhere else to contact them.
All right.
Yeah.
Well then, yeah, let's do that. I guess at first. Let's get this story rolling.
I mean, it's up to the game master to move the story forward here. We told you what you were
All right.
doing.
Ophelia, this part's simple and quick. You contact Zero, say you have the money. She says, "Great, I'll order the rad suits."
Yeah, that sounds like we're probably definitely. You know what? How much is it gonna be for an extra?
For who?
For me, just in case.
You can only wear one at a time.
Yeah, but if one gets nicked, I can just like.
There'll be repair patches.
Okay, all right.
I have a radiation suit with 100 layers. They've all been punctured. If only there was 101 layers.
You always double wrap it when you go into
Those
the hospital.
fools! They thought so small.
You always double wrap.
Yeah.
James,
Mm-hmm.
take some of my money and get me a medium body covering because she has to replace her boots and lower leg armor anyway. So just tack on there that she's going up from light to medium.
Then the builder
Well, we'll see once you get to the outfit place.
Yeah. All right.
It's really funny. I feel kind of hot, she says as the hot oil from the fryer sloshes onto her face.
Oh no, it's not hot right now. It's off.
I don't have a fryer. Are you kidding me? You know how much oil costs?
Depends on the oil, wouldn't it?
I have
a microwave.
I don't have probably do have a microwave, but I probably just have like a griddle, and that's it back
And
there.
a bucket of shrimp. That's it.
I like cook fish on the griddle. I heat up tortillas on the griddle. I have a place for like vegetables. I put it all together, and I give it out to people.
And
Half
you
of
got a
it,
hot
which
weight
is
to press on top of the tortillas when you make burritos.
half of it
Yeah.
is made out of either soy or yeast.
What are you talking about? We
No,
get fish
he
from the.
serves real.
Oh, he springs for the real stuff. No,
No, I
wonder
don't
had
So
spring.
his family fishes, so he just gets the fish.
He gets the fish from them, trades some of the fish for the veggies from the gardens around town.
Yeah.
Well, that's hot stuff. No wonder I was willing to pay €100 for it.
Now, the tortillas, on the other hand, are probably a bit soya based.
Soy or yeast?
Yeah, definitely.
Or scop.
Ew.
I
Fried,
eat old MREs. They're
fried
cheap.
shaped scop.
Sure, she might be getting a dose of radiation every time she eats one, but that just makes it tastier.
MREs are good. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Some of them are super fancy, even if they are 3 years old.
They have an enchilada MRE, which is probably the most acceptable.
Oh yeah, no, I get my MREs imported from outside of the states because we don't make so good ones.
I've had
Hero
good
asks
MREs
where you're
now.
going to be so she can meet you up for the money.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be at the in old Japantown because that's where me and my brother live.
If you're
Just
going
at my
to the
apartment.
suit place, you could meet her there. It's just known as Luigi's.
Oh okay, well then I'll tell her, yeah, meet me at Luigi's.
Luigi's?
Yeah, not the restaurant,
It's across
Oh.
the street from Mario's.
the closed place.
It's the green place, not the red place.
The clothing store Luigi's?
Yeah.
Who the hell hooked you up? That place is booked for 3 years.
Oh, I don't know. I don't even know what this place is. But a friend of ours hooked up Duke and Skipper Tom with some. I think they're suits. I don't know. I'm not really sure, but I got the
Luigi's
money
is the
and I'll meet
fashion
you there.
designer for the CEOs of Night City.
Ugh.
He's known to have Paris shows sometimes.
So it's corporate, huh?
No. It's fashion.
High fashion. Where they attach hubcaps as shoulder pads.
Okay, well, I'll be there. If you want to meet me there, I'll tell them that you're just part of the team, and then you can come in.
Oh, all right. I'll be there.
Okay. I'm gonna be bored, but sound excited. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Hey, with all this money, I might be able to afford
Well,
those
you
cyber eyes. I
might
wanted.
realize after hanging up that part of the reason Zero got so excited is you said, I'll tell them you're part of our group, which
Oh.
means, oh crap, I might get an outfit too.
Oh yeah.
And these outfits often cost something like $40,000 a piece.
Oh, nice. Well,
Could be the
even if she wouldn't get one normally, I would give her my fitting and act like I wasn't part of the group if she really wanted one. 100%.
Vision. Take out my agent. Vision, talk to me.
Yes, mistress?
Call Ophelia. This floor
Ophelia
is
is
great.
2 feet to your right.
Oh,
I take
Hi.
another 2 steps to the right so that I'm like further away.
Ophelia, you got
Yeah.
that guy who does tech who helped open safe and gave you his card, right?
Yeah, I got his card.
Could you contact him and see if he could repair the handle grips of advanced monokatanas
Um,
and how much he charge?
yeah, I'll reach out to him. I'm not really a good fixer kind of person, but I'll see what he says.
Well, yeah, but he likes you. He only knows that I kill people.
Well, I mean, he's just an old edge runner, so he used to kill people too. But you know, I'll talk to him.
Thumbs up. It's great. This floor is nice.
So you go to Luigi's.
Skipper Tom should rent it out.
Yeah, in a food truck,
Oh, that's going to be great
like a
for his
fashion
clientele.
store in a food truck.
That would be like pulling up on Rodeo Drive in like a beat up like beater. And like, hey, I'm on Rodeo Drive. It's like your car has bullet holes.
Yeah,
So we get to Luigi.
deal with it. Your car has missile launchers. Yeah. Necessary precaution.
You are either really rich or really stupid.
Look, man, this is Pimp My Ride. Okay, I heard I heard you like bullet holes.
The building is a rather nice, upscale looking townhome with all the other buildings around it knocked down already. There are 4 gorillas in suits outside. Very nice suits.
Like, what
I
are you
say
talking
gorillas,
about?
They might be human. but
Oh,
they're
so like
big.
so it's like GO, not GU.
So we don't see a guy with no eyes and a girl who looks slightly Asian, who looks a little psychotic. We don't see any of that out front of the shop.
What are you talking about?
Just your own
The
group.
gorillas.
Oh, like the band.
The band.
Okay, I
gorillas.
was thinking like Che Guevara, like
Wait,
gorillas.
why would Che Guevara have no eyes? What happened to his
That's
eyes?
what I was thinking. What are you talking about? I
Isn't
was
he
like
dead?
gorilla,
I bet-
like guerrilla warfare. There are gorillas outside. That's
No, I
what
was
made the
talking
most sense
band.
to me because
I was
like
trying to make like silverback gorilla physiology.
because
Ah.
standing outside a fashion store like apes sitting outside made no sense to me. So I was like, they have to be freedom fighters. So
It's
I
all part of
immediately
his,
thought of the
Burly
band
man.
gorillas, so I don't know where I'm coming from. I just
It's all
thought
part of his new fashion line. It's
There are
Karen
4
Lee.
big burly men in suits outside of this place. There's a small, tasteful gold plate over the door in a Gothic font saying Luigi's.
Pretty
We're
low.
definitely eyeballing the food truck.
I'm going to strut right in.
Yeah, I open the back door and like wander out of the back.
Duke. It's just like I drive up in food trucks to fancy places every day. What are you guys
Well,
talking about?
he is Duke hit, so he might.
Yeah.
The first of these big men holds out a hand and says, "Hold on, appointment only.
Rasputin sent us.
Card."
Pop open the suitcase and pull out the card, hand it over.
I don't know which speaks louder, the piles of money or the card.
I don't open
Examines
the
the card,
suitcase
both sides.
toward them like, oh, look,
Blinks.
presenting them like I'm on that show, Deal or No Deal. Like,
Hands the card back and says, "One moment."
He doesn't
They
have
all-
an earpiece.
They
he
all
just wants
pull
to-
out assault rifles. Jesus. I knew this would happen.
Luigi has an opening for you. About this time, Zero's running up, going, "Wait for me! Wait for me! Wait for me!"
Oh yeah. Hey.
My hand strays to my shotgun, wondering who the hell that is. Because
That's
she's
our
never
fifth.
met her. Or him.
She's
That's-
an
that's-
older woman, and with gray hair that's mostly shaved off, and multiple jacks sticking out of her head. And as she gets closer, you notice that one of her eyes is showing like internet images all the time, like the Ihara Grub algorithms.
Well, as long as her head doesn't bend over and start to merge with her torso while all the other cars around us disappear due
When
to a
she-
glitch, we'll be okay.
When she runs up, I do a behind my back low five gesture in her direction and go, "Yeah, that's our fifth. Team's all here."
Sorry I was late. The cab was delayed.
Spider Murphy?
Right. So then we good to go.
A few
Yeah.
moments later, you're led inside to a nicely appointed room where there's a Italian man and kind of graying at the temples, but looking very hale otherwise. He's wearing a silk bathrobe, and it doesn't appear he's wearing anything else. Greets you. Welcome to Luigi's. I'm Luigi. My friend Rasputin sent you. How wonderful.
Tug on Skipper Tom's shirt.
Did
What?
Steps up to Duke it,
What?
runs a hand down his chest for a moment, and goes, "Ooh."
What did the
Nice.
Italian say to the
Oh,
hot dog
dude.
vendor?
what do you say?
That we
He
shouldn't
rubbed your chest.
that
and
we
said,
shouldn't
"Ooh,
offend the person
nice
making
and
our
natural too."
our awesome suits.
Make me one with everything.
Ah,
Wait,
Alright, and then,
I think
when he
that's not
does
the right
that-
joke.
When he does that, I'm just gonna be like, you
I
look
shouldn't
like
be
my
drunk
kind of
getting a
guy.
suit.
Wearing a bathrobe to a party.
Well, it is my house, and I am the host. I can wear whatever I want.
She says, I think I shouldn't be drunk while doing this. I'm going to have to put my faith in Duke it.
Well placed.
All right.
So,
Well,
first is a matter of what category of style do you like? I can work with anything, but I don't like generic. Generic is so boring. Leisure wear is kind of boring, but I can do things with it. Urban flash, that's great. Plenty of the options there for bling and flash and wonderfulness. Yes. Business wear, hey, as you can tell from Rasputin's suit and from my gentleman outside, I know what I'm doing with suits.
I worship the owner.
But I'm thinking maybe you five want Edge Runner,
I worship.
Avatar.
I worship the owner of Danger Girl and her whole comic that she does. And secondly, does the word RGB mean anything to you? Lots of RGBs. Lots of glowing. Everything.
Glowing. I understand. RGB, I thought
Rainbows.
was random generated bullshit.
No, just lots of rainbow colors. Lots of. I want people to have seizures looking at me.
I can do that. I have yet to meet Miss Danger Girl herself. For some reason, she hasn't accepted any of my invites. I think it has to do with her father having been a former client.
Well,
I don't talk about her father.
Yes, horrible man.
well.
Out of
Luigi,
character,
I
her
would
father
like-
is the ex-head of Arasaka.
Possibly still current.
Possibly
upon who
still
the-
current.
his
Well,
father's
that's right. He doesn't die till 2077.
her father's a terrible man. Checks clear. Checks clear.
Checks clear.
All right,
Exactly.
so I'll
Yes,
tell
man.
Luigi. I'll tell Luigi. I was thinking something, along the lines of a suit, but that I could, easily take into a show or a fight.
So, a bit of. So start with business wear base for you, but add some urban flash and high fashion to it.
Yeah, that sounds like a do kit kind of thing.
I can
And
work
they
with that.
and at
Urban
least
Flash
medium
has
armor.
lots of light panels and glowy things and holograms and things like that.
At least
Uh,
medium armor for all of
Also, a
us.
fair amount of skin shown, usually.
At least.
High fashion, on the other hand, uses gradients and changes and intricate various technology in it. In fact, can you see this guy right here fairly well?
Yeah.
He does a pretty
Egon
quick
Spengler.
sketch that gives you basically that as a concept for an outfit for you.
Well, then, I think I could. Think I could wear that. Why not? Let's do it.
And you are Rocker Boy, and I think yes, I have heard of you. So
It's going to need a giant cod
you
piece.
also want quick release?
Oh yes. I knew we would get along
We
great.
can do that. And of course, you're all professionals, so you all want the best armor you can get without affecting your movement.
Yes.
Of course. That is goes without saying. After all, if client gets shot, cannot have repeat client if they actually get hurt. I'd rather have repeat clients. So of course, armor. And
Good
our
way-
friend Rasputin is footing the bill, so we get to play.
Should I
Looks
get
over
naked?
at Skipper Tom and goes, nautical man. Not really sure what I should do with you. Walks all around you.
Give him the Submariner.
Give him the
Urban
sailor
flash,
suit.
too flashy. High fashion, not fitting you. Business wear, too drab.
Sailor Fuko.
I mean, I'm a man of the people. I'm not a man of high fashion at all.
Say the cloth.
A hat with a lot of fishing lures in it.
That's funny, but I don't think so.
Maybe we go Edge Runner, but change up the color from black. Yes, Edge Runner could work. Go with a different color. What colors do you like?
I like blue and white.
Ah, excellent choices. Excellent choices.
Now I'm seriously
that.
picturing him in a Navy uniform.
I
Blue
can
and
work
white
with
Navy.
that. I can work with that. Something Edge Runner, a bit of bulky padding here and there, a few places where it's been repaired, and things like that. Good sturdy denim for the pants, and a cable knit for the top. Does that sound like a good thing for you?
That sounds.
And of course, a long
that's-
coat.
That sounds very. A long coat sounds great.
And of course, you have to have the brain stomper boots. Even if people do not see them often because you are behind your counter, so what? You still get to kick shit when you need to.
Look, this is probably something I'm just gonna wear while I'm edge running. Things that I like. I run a taco truck. When I'm cooking, when I'm being with the people, that's a different business altogether.
I understand. But you still want them to have elements similar. You want them to relate on the outfit so that people still don't go, "Oh, are you his brother?" Instead of you. You know?
I guess that's something. I don't know. I don't worry about that when I'm edge running. I don't care about much of my reputation. I care more about the money that's coming in.
But remember,
But
better jobs, the
if
more
you say-
popular you are, the more jobs you get.
if you say it's important, Luigi, then it's important. Not trust you.
After all, I've designed an outfit for Morgan Blackhand himself.
Ooh. Well,
What, you think he got all those turtlenecks from just Sears? No, I can do things with fabric you wouldn't believe.
No,
Even
he
if
got
it
it from
looks simple.
Space Macy's.
What did you say?
Luigi takes a second
He
walk
got it-
around Duke.
Did you say he
Just
got it
because
from
he's admiring the
Space
view.
Macy's? Like
Yeah.
Space.
like Macy's, but in space? Like
Space Macy's.
Duke it obviously gets assless chaps and a fishnet shirt.
That's my Saturday.
Space Macy's.
Space Macy's.
Then, obviously trying to hide his faint disappointment, he turns to the three ladies of the group and goes, "And for the ladies?"
I think we can take this concept of Space Macy's further. Like JC Bitcoin.
That just makes it
Dogecoin.
sound religious.
What?
That just
JC
makes it sound
Dogecoin.
A
JC
Dogecoin? What?
Stacy's going.
JC Dogecoin, sure. Whatever you think the future's gonna be.
No, it's gotta be something more generic than that.
Doge Mart. Bitmart.
All right. Well then.
I already told him what I want. I asked him if I'm supposed to get naked at this point.
Oh no no no! My assistant is already scanning you.
Well, I like this full body suit feel, but I'm also kind of eco-friendly, laid back, casual.
Can you make my suit
of
organic?
Yeah.
Non-GMO.
Can you make sure that it's locally sourced hemp and wool that was donated by the sheep and not taken from them without?
Yeah.
It was donated by
Think for
humanely
over
passing
20
out sheep.
years. Hemp has been extinct for over 20 years. The South Am War was because of the bioweapons America dropped down there, wiping out marijuana.
Yeah.
Ugh,
But
America sucks. You wiped out marijuana just like America.
That I can see that happening.
Happened in '98.
when Clinton demanded that we do all marijuana.
When Clinton demanded that it all belonged to him.
And
It's
if
a
he
Coca-Cola.
couldn't smoke at all, no one could have
Marijuana
it.
plant. Both were wiped out in the plagues, as well as heroin. Poppy plants, coconut, hemp.
Horses.
All three new types of bananas too. That was sad.
You know, it's probably it. You know, it was during the Clinton administration, but it's probably another one of those things Joe Biden did when he was senator that that's just problematic.
He doesn't want to talk about that nowadays.
No, we don't want to talk about a lot of the things he did back then nowadays.
Hey, it was the Reagan/Clinton years. Everybody was wrong.
Zero goes for a high fashion dress.
Oh, I imagine she's gonna go full on.
James, you're
Mhm.
going Oompa Loompa again. There we go.
I told you this chair sinks. And what was it that Fandub said again about outfit for her?
she said that she wants as many brightly flashing rainbow colored RGB lights as she possibly can, and for it to look like she's a cat girl straight out of an anime, aka the concept of Danger Girl, who had a cartoon that went along with her being a CEO. The only CEO to have a cartoon.
I don't know. How many cat girls do you know in anime? I only know one. I mean,
like-
it feels like a trope, but there's not a lot of popular anime that have cat girls in them. There's one, the Outlaw Star.
I know at
Nuku
least
Nuku.
5 isekai that have them.
But I mean popular ones.
Cat Girl
I
Nuku
mean-
Nuku.
I feel like the most common one is the Nekopara game series. I
Rise
feel like
of the
that's the one
Shield
we can
Hero.
all come behind.
Rise of the Shield Hero has one.
Oh yeah,
Um,
Shield Hero does have one, doesn't it?
Yeah, except she's a raccoon, not
I'm
really
impressed
a
Yeah,
cat.
that
she's
you
she's a
remembered-
raccoon.
Do
See,
you know-
it's not a cat
can you
girl.
do you remember what the cat girl's name is from Outlaw Store, Corey?
No, I don't even remember that.
I did. If you had asked me any other day, I'd be able to rattle it off like it was second grade knowledge, but crud. I remember that she is more or less cat girl, depending on how aggravated and animalistic she's feeling.
Oh no, she's just always animalistic. Like she's always like nomming on people and trying to like bat them with her paws. And
But is also
screaming
very
a
high and
lot,
mighty.
like screaming all the time.
Screaming all the time.
I love that show, dude. I like that was one of my favorite anime groups.
Outlaw Star was awesome.
All right, I took down notes for what the different outfits will be once he finishes making them. By the time we have our next session, I will have added them to your character sheets.
Cool.
All right.
I
And he
think
goes-
anime cat girls used to be more of a trope back in the 1980s and 90s with anime.
Yeah, yeah.
Dragon
But
Pink,
they've hung
Cat Girl
on.
Nuku Nuku.
Who wasn't really a cat girl. I mean, she was a cat girl in as much as she was a robot that the guy put
Had
a
a cat
brain in. But she didn't look like a cat girl.
And Dragon Pink was a girl who put on cursed panties and became a cat girl.
But we don't talk about that.
Why? I watch hentai. So does Samuel L. Jackson.
No shame in my game, he said.
If Samuel L. Jackson's able to just casually quip hentai too and smile and nobody give him shit, nobody should give me shit either.
And Daniel Radcliffe did an entire play
Well,
production
I mean,
naked next to a horse.
Mace Windu did die. So
No,
we could at
Mace
least
Windu is
do-
not dead. I agree that everybody who fell down a pit in Star Wars is still alive. That includes
They
Mace
all came
Windu
back.
and Han Solo. Han Solo's alive.
Mace
And-
Windu didn't
Cut
fall
in half,
into a hole.
Fell down a pit, comes back as a
Qui-Gon
crime lord.
did. I will give you Qui-Gon. And Darth
Qui-Gon
Maul.
didn't fall down a hole.
He got cut in half, and then didn't he fall out?
No,
of a
that's
hole?
No.
that's Darth Maul. Darth Maul got
Darth
cut in
Maul
half
got
and
cut
fell
in
down a
half.
hole.
If
Qui-Gon
you
Jinn
don't see
just
the body, they're still alive.
yeah, Qui-Gon Jinn just got lightsabered and then they burned his body. So Qui-Gon's
yeah.
dead.
Mhm.
But
And,
Darth Maul got cut in half and fell down a hole. He's still alive.
Boba
Well,
Fett
he
got
was
smacked
until
in the
Star Wars
jetpack and went
Rebels.
down a hole and came back in the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
He was.
Boba Fett-
Darth Maul was alive all the way up till Rebels.
No,
and when,
all the way up
and-
until
and-
the Clone Wars, buddy. I know my Star Wars. Look, I want to show you
Obi-Wan
something.
killed him.
I want to show you something. I want to show you
Somehow,
something. See this?
Palpatine has
See this entire
returned.
shelf right
Palpatine
here?
fell down
See
a
this
hole
entire
and
shelf?
came back.
This is all Star Wars. I know my freaking Star Wars.
I know, but I'm just saying that
Luke fell
they
down a
had an
hole, and we got to
episode
see
in-
the process of them surviving.
Yeah,
Rebels
Luke
comes-
fell down a hole.
Rebels comes after.
So
they
Mace
showed us-
Windu
They
fell
showed
down.
us the secret sauce behind the scenes with Luke because Luke fell, and we got to see how they all survived. Because
Yeah.
at the bottom of all of those holes is a grate that he gets caught. They get caught on, and then they just scream
So-
until a ship comes and picks them up.
Luke fell down a hole, still alive. Mace Windu
Absolutely.
fell down into the city. He's still alive. I don't care. He's still alive. And then,
Palpatine
Palpatine
Yeah.
fell down a shaft, still alive.
Anakin
If
fell
you
off a
don't
car, still
see
alive.
the body, they're still alive. That's
And
always
then-
been my opinion.
Then, what's his name? Kylo Ren, he fell down a hole,
Wait,
came back still alive. So
Does this
Han
mean-
Solo is still alive.
does this definitively mean that there is no such thing as fall damage in Star Wars?
Actually, fall damage can make you even more powerful in Lord of the Rings. Because if you fall into a pit or down a ravine in Lord of the Rings, you
True.
come back more powerful.
That's
But
true.
only if
It happened
to be
twice.
To be fair,
Well-
that ravine apparently went all the way through the planet and back out the top of a mountain.
Well,
That was
a
a hell of a
Balrog was
ravine.
involved. Fighting a Balrog and being cleansed of your mortal coil and rejoining the world as your true angelic form is
He got
I'd
the
say that's an
biggest
upgrade. It is
power
an
up.
upgrade.
He got the biggest power up, but there was another person in Lord of the Rings that fell down a ravine and came back with an army.
Aragorn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to mention, Bilbo fell down a ravine and found the One Ring.
Exactly.
Ravines are just convenient plot
Yeah, but
devices.
the One Ring didn't make him more powerful.
All right, guys, if we keep talking about how people fall down holes or ravines or caves and stuff like that,
Dude, it's
I'm
a
gonna go
trope.
do it myself in real life to see
Yeah.
how I come back. All right.
You might become Goku.
No,
dude.
Joe!
Yo,
You don't
you
have the Force!
It's two options. You
I'm gonna
either
come
become
back.
Goku, or you become that
greasy
dude who
spoon.
cut his arm off.
I'm gonna become D&D. All right. I
Oh,
will
yeah, the
be.
Gorgon.
So Luigi ends up showing you rough sketches on his pad of various outfits for each of you, gets some detail changes from each of you, and has them designed. All with good footwear and to go with them and everything. All the accessories are included in the designs as well.
She
He tells
says,
you it'll be about a month before he actually has these made.
well, we can't do any jobs until that's done.
What are you talking about?
That's not true.
Zero goes, well, you can do
I have
one,
armor.
because I already have the outfits for that one.
Yeah, but
At least once we get the money.
I need a new outfit or I can't have armor for my legs.
Oh, we can just buy you one.
All right.
From-
Well, that
from the
would be
night
enough.
market.
Just something to get me by because I really road rashed the
Yeah,
hell
give
out
me a
of these
minute.
pants.
I'll just order you something online.
Hey,
What
I
kind of
think-
what kind of armor are you looking for? Is it bodysuit?
Bodysuit.
Okay. I'm gonna need 500 threads. And
Make it
Sold.
rain on Ophelia.
they're shipping it to my address, so you're gonna have to come by the house to pick it up. But it should be there in about 30 minutes.
You don't live in the taco truck?
No, I live in old Japantown with my brother.
who lives in a
Skipper
taco-
Tom lives in the taco truck.
How is it I've never
Well-
run into you?
Because I usually stay inside my apartment.
Oh, you're an incel.
An
No,
incel?
I'm
You
a
mean a
bull
shut-in?
cell.
A shut-in is different from an incel.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, I don't know.
So I
all
do
the
yell at
terms.
people online a lot. And I have threatened people's lives.
Oh, you're elderly.
And shot at people.
And the cell part isn't appropriate anyway either, because we've had discussions in the early sessions with Ophelia using the virtual Wiki programs.
Hey.
Hey, if Samuel L. Jackson comes out says he uses virtual Vicky,
If Samuel L. Jackson says it, then it's okay, no matter what it is.
That's true.
Samuel L.
That man
Jackson
cannot
says-
do anything wrong.
Says sister love is great. Everybody should try sister love. Apparently, right after that, it's okay. Apparently,
Corey, how do you think the stepbrother meme during porn got started? Thank you very much. Now we know. More you know.
the more you know.
Samuel L. Jackson starts all trends.
You know, I like this much better than the Chuck Norris jokes of my youth. Going with Samuel L. Jackson can do no wrong, so whatever he says is good.
Samuel L.
starts-
Jackson can do no wrong. Him and Morgan Freeman basically.
Morgan Freeman, man. Morgan Freeman is the guy.
They're basically like you do whatever you want.
He is a
You've earned
god,
it.
and therefore he played God.
Yeah.
Like,
Go back and
I
watch
loved-
the movie.
I loved Shawshank Redemption, so you know.
Go
Yeah.
back and watch the movie Coming to America to see Samuel L. Jackson at his most vulnerable.
you know, they made a part 2 to that.
I
Yeah.
know.
It's terrible.
I
It's
know.
actually still super funny.
No, Coming to America 2 was terrible. It was
fucking
bad.
hilarious. It's just like bastard stuff. Just over and over again.
I didn't even know Samuel L. Jackson was in Coming to America till I saw it again recently and said, "Oh my God, he's the robber who tries to rob the McDonald's." And I'm like, "What was that? Just a paycheck?"
Yeah.
It was just like, I could be
Early
doing other
career
stuff,
for him.
but
They're
Early career.
The cameo.
Back when he was a bit actor.
fun fact: Shawshank Redemption is based on a Stephen King story.
Yeah.
That's just
Here's an even more fun fact. Samuel L. Jackson loves the San Antonio Spurs.
Oh. I can't like him anymore then.
What?
well, that was it for Duke It.
Yep, I'm out.
Zero directs you back to her place so that because hey, she placed the order and needs the cash to actually pay for it. So on the way, gets the money from you.
So I don't
yeah,
want
I
to
give
sound
her the money,
impertinent
for sure.
or like I don't believe in you. I say to Zero, but I've never met you, and I want to know, other than rad suits, what is this job?
I'll tell you once we get into my place and actually have them.
Okay, so as soon as we get into a totally foreign person's
It's not
apartment,
totally foreign. He's Zero.
I look at that as a threatening situation.
Okay, well, you can wait outside if you want.
Well,
I'm
no,
both.
I also want to know what the job is, so I have to come in, and not to mention I'm supposed to protect you guys. How can I do that from outside?
Protect me from yourself. Damn it.
Well, considering how drunk you are right now, I'm not really sure how you'll do it anyway.
I have never killed any of you.
Hi, Crystal.
Hi, everyone.
I would like to point
So
out that at no
apron.
point have I killed any of you.
Nah, I'll be having food.
Does it have a dragon on it? Is there a dragon or a crab on the?
It's an
This?
octopus.
Oh, it's an octopus.
It's a spaghetti
I was
octopus.
just talking about octopus.
So, it was super cool, and then the first time I washed it, it like super faded.
I
This
kind
is
of,
the
for a
only
second,
part
thought
down
that it
here
was
that's-
just flour.
Yeah.
Like
It's
there
a
was just
spaghetti
flour
squid.
on her apron.
From baking or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like baking flour.
Oh.
And then I was like, wait, no,
Yeah,
that's something. That's a thing.
It's the thing.
To be fair, that camera only has like 10 pixels to show what the design is.
No, it looks cool. And now that I can see it fully, it was behind the chair originally. I could only partially see the arms, which is why I thought it was like a crab.
I still see Lovecraft.
It's a really cool apron design, and like it's from Rhett and Link's Mythical Kitchen channel.
It also looks super comfy. Is it comfy? Is it like a soft material?
It's like sturdy denim. So
It looks like a thick, soft.
Yeah, but the
it's
design,
a good weight.
it is a good weight. It's really sturdy, but it faded in the wash the first time we washed it. The graphic faded, and that
And
sucked.
it's enormous. Definitely a good size for like an average man.
I can see that coming from Rhett and Link. Something that's just sized for an average man.
An average man the size of Rat.
And then fades the moment you clean him.
So let's hear about this
Like
job.
Link. All right, so you get inside. A few moments after you get in, this place is kind of tiny and cramped with all of you in there. You find various surfaces to sit on. There's a knock at the door. She comes back with a package. sets it down in front of all you guys and goes, "Okay, here's 4 rad suits. They're the high-end ones that are actually also armored. The reason they were 20,000 is because they actually are orbital.
Oh, so they're kind of shielded.
Yeah, they actually have self-contained atmosphere.
Space?
Pressurization.
Space?
Yeah,
Are
you
we
could
going to
wear these in-
space?
No, you're not going to space, but you could wear these there.
Oh.
I mean, technically speaking, we're already in space.
Yeah, but I mean like off planet.
You're talking
space.
outer space.
I don't mean spaceship Earth. I
Well,
want to go to outer space.
in my net dives, I found out something interesting about the hot zone. The old bank block isn't as damaged as people think.
That means there's still stuff there.
Exactly.
That means there's still records of stuff there where we can get more stuff.
Exactly.
Well, we
There's
need a good
also-
hacker.
There's also the vaults.
What am I, chopped liver?
Yeah. We need a good not Ophelia.
Jesus, I was joking. I'm drunk.
Yeah, apparently there is not only the vault for Arasaka Bank still intact in there, and from drone surveillance that I was able to send out, it hasn't been cracked either. There's also the Militech Bank, as well as the Euro Bank.
So much data on so many systems that have so much money.
Now, I'm not sure if the computer cores are still intact. If they are, pull the drives and bring them to me. I'll help crack them. But
Well, I got
getting
my
into
tech
the
tool, so
vaults,
I should be able to get. The vault's going to be hard.
Yeah, if you can get into the vaults, that's where the money is. Arasaka, not so much. That's going to be a low priority hit. And there's also the fact that once you guys go in and start going after them, after you crack the first vault, every motherfucker that already lives there is going to be coming after you.
I was
This
going to
feels-
say, how much resistance can we expect on our way in?
On the way in, probably next to none. People living there are sick and weak and starving for the most part.
Yeah, but the moment the alarms go off, if there are any left on those vaults when we decide to crack them, the dead men switches.
Okay, well,
Those
I'm
are
going to
gonna
have to
bring
make sure that
everybody.
a lot of those alarms don't go off. Of course, we're going to need to make sure that we're secure while we're doing that. Letting
And
anybody
any of
know
the
where we're
locals-
going. Once the locals spot us heading to that area, there's going to be chatter.
And a lot of locals will come around, and maybe some booster gangers from the Marinara area, maybe from Old Japantown or Little China.
Did you just say the
Not even-
Marinara area?
Manera area.
They have delicious
It's where the
tomato sauce there.
spaghetti is. It's the marinara area.
It's
It's,
where you get your
And the marina.
gabagoo.
it's where you get
You
your
gotcha,
garbage.
get your gabagoo.
You're going to have a lot of people interested in it as soon as you start coming out of the first one. So what I recommend is that you hit the Euro one first, because that's going to be actual, euros that you can spend anywhere.
Can we put this off at least a week?
Oh, you can take whatever time you want. Nobody's gone in yet.
Because at least a week I'm going to need to get some explosives and I'm going to have to get my mono katana set. Because we're going to need explosives.
Probably.
With this group, trust me, we're going to
I
need
mean,
explosives.
we don't necessarily want explosives if we can manage not using them, because that's going to draw a ton of attention. And if it's just 4 of us, we're going to be at risk, high risk of being overwhelmed if a bunch of gangers come stomping by. We're going to need to think tactically, because if our suits get breached, we're done.
I'm
Now,
just
these suits
thinking
are
of
armored.
when something
They'll,
goes wrong.
they'll stop up to a 45 caliber.
That's true, but we don't know exactly what we're going to be dealing with, especially if we got explosives involved. I think we should go on the safe side. Try to run quiet.
The more
We
stealthy
get
and
enough.
quiet you are, the better. I agree.
We get enough tech breaking stuff and jammers. I suggest we get lots of jammers. Bring the jammers with us so that anyone in the area is broken up so that they have a harder time communicating and organizing themselves around us.
The only reason I said explosives is because I figure that eventually this is going to go so wrong that we're probably going to need them. I'm just thinking worst case scenario.
You
Like,
probably need them
worst
to breach the
case.
vaults anyway.
Maybe.
Well, we've
But
hit our.
besides the actual cash in there, there's all the security deposit boxes that nobody's touched in like almost 20 years.
We're talking blueprints for God knows what.
Well, we've hit the 2-hour
Knows
mark on
what's
our
it.
game, guys. So we have an entire week to think about this, and we'll come back next time, and we'll start our new adventure in a nuclear waste site. Yay!
We're going to have an adventure in a nuclear fallout.
Yeah.
It'll be a radical time, everybody.
Is that going to be the name of the episode? Radical Fallout Between Friends?
Maybe next time.
Maybe we'll see.
Rat days right away.
All right, guys. Everybody, thanks for watching. Hit the like button because you watched this all the way through. You obviously liked it. We'll be back next week and we'll do this again. We'll see you later. Goodbye.